At 7 o'clock, we're going to call this Crystal Council meeting to order at this time. Why don't we start with roll call?
Councilmember Kaiser.
Here.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Here.
Councilmember Parsons. Here. Mayor Adams.
Here.
Councilmember Banks.
I'm here.
Councilmember Budashevsky.
Here.
Councilmember Deschler.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So we have a surprisingly short agenda tonight. So we have an agenda in front of us, looking for approval of that agenda. Go ahead, Nancy.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
All right, thank you. Looking for a second. Julie?
I'll second that.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Now, I think this might actually be the meat of the meeting tonight. So we have our chief. You're coming either way. That's true. We have Chief Revering here. She has some awards to present. So
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. And
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor and members of the council. I really appreciate you allowing me to talk to you tonight about two very important people who are here. And before I call one of them up, I just want to let you know, you all know that for the past several years we give out these awards, which is the Chief's Awards, to our community members who have seriously been a great help to not just the police department, but to residents and their fellow neighbors. So without further ado, I'd like to call up Lonnie West first. And then you see, I just want you to see, do you see this?
I see that.
I now have to do this. Yep.
My world.
Hate it. I hate it, Lonnie. Okay.
About time.
Absolutely hate it. Okay. On October 14th, 2019, at approximately 1:30 p.m., Lonnie had gotten home from work and looked across the street at her neighbor's house and noticed two people inside. She thought that was odd because her neighbor leaves for work at 1:30 in the afternoon. She looked again at the house and noticed the people inside were hitting the blinds on the front window and then left out the side door and started to pace up and down the driveway and ran off behind the house. She called 911 to report this incident to our police department. Officers arrived on scene and were able to locate the suspects who had stolen items from within the home, and she was able to identify the suspects who were later charged with burglary. We truly believe our residents are the eyes and ears for us, and if she would not have called 911, we never would have caught the suspects who committed this horrible crime. Thank you so much for your diligent efforts and being a great neighbor. For that reason, we are pleased to present you with the Crystal Police Department Chief's Award.
Well, I didn't know what I was going to do with this award, but I think I'll keep it on the dash of my car the next time I roll through a stop sign. Oh, that's not my driver's license.
Smart.
Yeah, you know, I'm a realtor, and I'm a really large part of this community, and it was last spring that I was driving down the road, and I saw my neighbor lady, Arliss, who's 92 years old, laying on the ground behind her garbage can. And she was kind of waving, and I shrilled into the driveway, and she had broken her hip. She was bringing her garbage can up, and it tipped over and pulled her down. So I'm always on the lookout for my neighbors, you know. So when I saw these really nice-looking kids, I thought, oh, those guys are really handsome, and wow, they're dressed really nice, you know. And, oh, wow, what are they doing at Tom's house? You know? And I called Tom, and I said, are there supposed to be two boys that are trying to get into your house? And he goes, call 911, I'm on my way. And it was like, oh, no. The police were great. The dispatcher was great. She stayed on the phone with me, and I was able to give her play-by-play what was going on. The police officers canvassed the neighborhood. It was, and they came up with their guns drawn, and then all of a sudden I thought, oh no, if somebody gets shot, I'm really going to cry, because it wasn't my intention for anyone to get shot. But they got the boys, and everything was well. You know, nobody got hurt, and I'm sure they're cooling their heels right now thinking about maybe we shouldn't have done that, you know. So it was nice. I felt good. The neighbor came over. He thanked me. His wife thanked me. And, you know, I just hope somebody watches out for me someday when I'm in need of help. So thanks for
you.
this.
Thank you.
And Lisa, if you could step forward. On October 7th, 2019, at approximately 2:12 p.m., Lisa called 911 and informed us that she lives next door to a neighbor who was in his 80s, and nobody had seen him since Sunday. She also stated that his mail and newspapers were piling up, and that caused her concern for his safety and welfare. You went to his home, you knocked on his door, and nobody responded. She then called 911, and Crystal police officers came on the scene and found the male lying on the floor, almost incoherent. North Memorial paramedics transported him to the hospital where he received the care he deserved. Because of your empathy, concern, and dedication to your neighbor, he is alive and doing well today. Thank you so much for your diligent efforts, and we firmly believe that our community are the eyes and ears for police. For that reason, we are pleased to present you with the Crystal Police Department Chief's Award. Congratulations.
I'm not a public speaker, but I've known my neighbor for over 30 years, so you kind of get to know their patterns. Like I said, he's in his 80s, and when we went over there, my daughter was there too, and we were banging on the doors, and we couldn't get in because it's like Fort Knox over there, and nobody could get in. And we were able to save him. At first, they thought he was deceased, but we're glad he's doing better and stuff, and he's going to get the care that he needs and go to a home where somebody can look after him. So, thank you.
Nice. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Lisa. You bet.
Yep,
Nice
thank you,
glasses,
Chief.
Chief.
Thank you.
Well, there's another time when we can say the biggest treasure we have in Crystal is our people. So thank you both very much. We do have an agenda. We will continue down that line. Consent agenda, approval of the minutes from the following meetings. The council work session from October 12th, and then the work session from October 15th, as well as the council meeting from that same date. And approval of a list of license applications, which is on file in the city clerk's office, has been presented to the council. And the third item is approval of a resolution accepting donations for Becker Park project. And the fourth item is approval of a resolution authorizing the execution of the joint powers agreement between the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension and the City of Crystal regarding reporting crime statistics utilizing the National Incident-Based Reporting System. NIBRS, I think is the acronym. And that is our consent agenda. Looking for a motion on the consent agenda. Anyone, just one? Let's go with Olga.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Okay, Julie?
I'll second that.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Is there anyone wishing to speak during open forum? I see no guests in here, so we will skip by open forum and move on to our regular agenda. We have disbursements of $25,000 or greater. I will read those into the record at this time. I would say this is going to go fast, but it's not a short list. All right, Golden Valley Joint Water Commission for August costs $191,316. Minnesota Para for employee city required contributions for pay date 10/4/2019, $57,887. Hardline Equipment LLC purchase of new multi-hog sidewalk machine for $147,394. Logis for the monthly network services and application support for $32,012. Metropolitan Council for wastewater services for November, $130,159. SEH Inc., September cost for the 2020-2025 feasibility study, $30,511. Waste Management for September recycling costs, $38,988. West Metro Fire Rescue District October contributions for $100,522. West Metro Fire Relief Association for fire aid and supplemental fire aid received from state for $244,780. Center for Energy and Environment. This is the home improvement loan program cost for September, $28,033. David Perkins Contracting, Inc. for the Joint Water Commission valve replacement on Douglas Drive, $26,320. Golden Valley Joint Water Commission for September water costs, $162,009. And then Minnesota Para again for contributions, employee required contributions from pay date 10/18/2019 of $58,278. Total disbursements of $25,000 or greater is $1,248,214.09. Any questions from the council on any of these items? John?
Just a couple questions. The valve replacement on Douglas Drive, whereabouts was that? 47th Avenue?
39th and Douglas Drive is where that is. And just a quick note, while we're paying the bill, we will then invoice the JWC. So it's actually a reimbursable.
Yep.
We're just the pass-through on that.
Yep, go ahead, John.
And then the multi-hog sidewalk machine,
Yep.
so we have two sidewalk machines, so we're replacing one of them, we're going to add a third.
Nope, this is the replacement that you approved, I believe, last April. Yep.
Wow. So we're finally paying for it. So
Correct.
Okay, so it's basically showing up, we're going to have it in place for this winter.
Yes, we're waiting for one more part to it that's on a boat. But yes, it's operational at this point.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions? So I'm going to make I have a question real quick. The state aid for fire that went to the Relief Association, the balance, the difference that we'll end up paying this year, do we know what that is yet or not?
No, we do not.
Oh, that's right, that.
Yeah,
that
they
comes
haven't
after-
done the
that comes after the calendar
calculation.
year.
Correct. This is a
Correct, okay.
pass-through from the state to the Relief Association, but it comes through Crystal.
Yep. All right, anything else? Seeing nothing, looking for a motion. Julie?
I will move approval that we approve the disbursements over $25,000.
All right, thank you. John?
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Item 2, we have our Public Works Director and City Engineer, Mark Ray, here to address the council in reference to flashing yellow arrows. Welcome, Mark.
Good evening, and trying to go with our quickest record meeting. I'm going to go quick here. We've been working for the county a few years on these projects. We've done 6 of them already as part of city projects. 2 are proposed with this council item, and then the final one is slated for 2021. The program is we buy the equipment, the county installs it. The cost for this one is just over $40,000. That includes actually a signal control cabinet for 36 in Douglas, which we just recently learned had to be replaced in order to get that system operational. And then up here at 42nd in Douglas, it's a new cabinet and then all the flashing yellow arrows for all directions. Funding from this is from the Street Maintenance Fund, and while this one is slightly over budget for 2021, enough other projects were under budget this year that we can cover that and still be under across the board for street maintenance funding. For your viewing pleasure, here are all the signals in the city. The green circles are ones that are flashing yellow arrows. The red stars are what are proposed to be with this item. The red circles for what's coming up. And all the purple X's are ones that we will not be upgrading for a number of reasons. So, interesting perspective of the city. With that, the item before you is to approve this purchase.
Thank you, Mark. Any questions from the council? Go ahead, Nancy.
Mark, just wondering, the 36 and Douglas light, will the flashing yellow light be on all directions?
Just north and south. We tried to work with the county to do some finagling for east and west, but because there's no exclusive left turn lane, there really wasn't a good option for it.
Okay, makes sense. Also, you have that bowl that you're going into as well, and speeding or not.
Yeah.
It's a challenging intersection there.
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you.
Julie.
Have there been any significant increases in accidents since these have been implemented? Frankly, I love them, but I've almost caught myself getting smacked a couple times.
I would need to defer to the chief. If it's significant, yes, people are crashing. So, for example, intersection of Bass Lake Road and West Broadway, flashing yellow arrows do not operate east and west during, I believe, the afternoon few hours for it. Beyond that, I'm not aware of any general trends.
Because that 42nd Douglas, that is so busy. I'm nervous about that one.
So, yes. So right now, north and south actually don't have, it's a green ball that you see. So that one will be changed to flashing yellow arrows just to manage some community expectations for how that signal operates. For east and west, that one is that protected left turn arrow, so that'll become a flashing yellow arrow. The nice thing about this is if we do see trends, and right now it's spotty when it happens. I'm surprised to see them off hours too sometimes. But if we see during primary congestion times, they can turn it off.
Okay.
Which right now you can't do, for example, at 42nd and Douglas. You always have that green ball north and south around the clock.
So it doesn't cost us anything more down the road, like say 6 months from now, we find out that one needs to be tweaked. It won't cost money.
Nope, it's just a programming thing that the county would manage, and now with this fiber project they've been running all over the city, they can actually do it remotely and not even have to come out to the cabinet.
All right.
All right. That's it for questions. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion if I can.
Yep, go ahead, Nancy.
All right. I will make a motion to adopt a resolution authorizing the purchase of flashing yellow arrow equipment.
All right, thank you. John?
I second that motion.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. That is our agenda for tonight, and that is not the shortest meeting, by the way. We still have announcements to get through. We have to have announcements. The city offices will be closed November 11th in observation of Veterans holiday, Veterans Day holiday, and the city council will hold a work session on Thursday, November 14th at 6:30 p.m. in the conference room here at City Hall, Room A. Next citizens input date will be Tuesday, November 19th at 6 p.m. in the conference room A at City Hall. So if you have something you want to discuss, not on TV and not in front of the council, everybody here, that's a more private opportunity for you. The next council meeting is Tuesday, November 19th at 7 p.m. In our chambers here. The CBA will be meeting on Wednesday, November 20th at 8:30 a.m. in the community room here at City Hall. City offices will be closed November 28th and Friday, November 29th in observation of Thanksgiving Day holiday. Local organizations are also invited to come and contact staff if they're interested in saying the Pledge of Allegiance and being part of our evening. We greatly appreciate that. We find that to be a lot of fun for all involved. Reminder that council meetings and work sessions are open to the public. You can look. Current and previous meetings are available for viewing and listening on our website at crystalmn.gov. And that's all the announcements I have written. Do we have any other from the council?
I have
Nancy?
just a question I got in my email today about the Golden Valley for Veterans Day. Do you know if the 494 is doing anything for Veterans Day?
Well, they're going to have free pork chop dinner tomorrow night for veterans and family members in the area.
Okay,
But it's not going to be on Veterans Day.
on the actual holiday.
It's tomorrow night,
Okay.
5 to 7.
Great, thank you.
All right. Very good. With that, looking for a motion. John?
So moved.
That's for, go ahead, Nancy.
I'll second.
Do we need to state what it's for? Adjournment? All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries.